Welcome to 5.2. Update your table of contents and your title page. Okay, the things highlighted in yellow you will want to copy down. Similar here. Copy down the 1 root, 2 roots, and no real roots. Okay, today you're going to need a graphing calculator, and we're going to solve a quadratic equation by graphing. So what you're going to need to do is go into your y equals, and we're going to put this part into y1 and the other part into y2. Now this works best because our equation is already in y equals, or the equation equal to 0. So I'm going to need to clear out this equation and write in x squared plus 6x. Ooh, I hit the wrong button. Okay, x squared plus 6x plus 8. And then in y2, I'm going to just put a 0 in there. And I'm going to need to graph it. I think my graph is going to be in a bad window. Yeah, not really too much showing up there. So what we can do is we can press zoom 6 to get to our standard window. And now the solutions are wherever it crosses the x-axis, because we really do have a second line going through at 0. So where they intersect is our solution. So we can find a solution similar to how we did with systems of equations. We can just press second trace 5. Oh, I missed that. Try again. Second trace 5. And the first time we'll just hit enter, enter, enter. It tells us one of our answers is -2, 0. But we know that there should be 2 solutions, so we should go second trace 5. But now move your cursor over to the second intersection point, or just get somewhat close to it. And then enter, enter, enter. And the second point is -4, 0. So the way we would write the solution is x equals, we use the brackets because it's a list of numbers, -4 and -2. Now the reason I don't include the y's is because if you look at our original problem, we weren't solving for y. We were only solving for x, so that's all that we needed was x. And so now you can copy down those steps that we just did. And let's do a second problem. Okay, so this one, there's 2 different ways we could actually do this. We could either just type this into y1 and this one into y2. That's one way to do it. My suggestion, though, would be to get it equal to 0, because we're going to need to do that for a lot of other problems. And it's just good to have it in that format. The second reason that it's a good idea is because sometimes we have a -4 there, but sometimes that number will be greater than 10 or less than -10. And that way then it's not going to show up on our window. If we just get it into the standard form where it equals 0, it will always fit on our graph. Okay, x squared minus 4x plus 4 equals 0 again. Okay, press graph. Now if we look at this graph, we can tell that there is only going to be one solution because it only touches the x-axis once. So we only have to find that one number, second trace 5, enter, enter, enter. And so now it says 2.0008. And remember, our calculator is doing its best that it can to estimate from the graph. But once in a while, like a problem like this, it will be off just that little bit. But we just have to realize that the calculator is trying to tell us that the answer is 2. So we would just list out our answer as 2. Okay, that's the end of the first video. So make sure you watch the other